Hi, young active writers and parents. Welcome to part 3 of recording others' words. This lesson will focus on a more journalistic method of recording quotes. Let's look at this example of two boys visiting a hot and spicy food festival and interviewing a chef. We asked, "What advice would you give to kids who like to cook?" He said, "Be aware of your surroundings and remember that you are in an environment where it can get very hot. And there's a lot of dangerous equipment, and respect the rules of the kitchen." We asked, "What do you think of cooking with spice?" He said, "Spicy food helps with the digestive system and the blood. When you have a lot of spice, it can have a major effect on your taste buds. So spice has to be done in small amounts, and as a chef, you have to learn the balance of spices." This is a classic example of the I asked, he said method. Children who just started writing about interviews want to put everything into quotation marks. They haven't learned how to rephrase others' words yet. Here are a couple simple techniques to make this writing better. Technique 1. Separate the quote. When we have a long quote, like one above, it is good to separate the quote in half like this. When you have a lot of spice, it can have a major effect on your taste bud, said Chef Elliot. So spice has to be done in small amounts, and as a chef, you have to learn the balance of spices. Adding the attribution in the middle helps to break the long quote in half and gives the quote a better flow. It also avoids putting "he said" in the front of the paragraph. Technique 2. Rephrase or eliminate the question. If you read a newspaper article, you will see that journalists rarely put what they ask in writing. So we can completely get rid of or cleverly rephrase questions like, "What do you think of cooking with spice?" and "What advice would you give to children who like to cook?" It may look like this. Be aware of your surroundings and remember that you are in an environment where it can get very hot. Chef Elliot advised children who like to cook. And respect the rules of the kitchen. Technique 3. Rephrase part of a long quote. When a quote gets very long, you want to shorten it by rephrasing some of the content. A good quote should not be more than 3 lines. For example, we can separate the long quote and rephrase part of it. We can also put the rephrased quote in another paragraph like this. Chef Elliot also told us that spicy food helps with the digestive system and the blood, but eating too much spicy food can definitely harm you. To make your tongue feel better after eating spicy food, you can drink water or milk, or eat chocolate. A good article strikes a balance between quotes and descriptions. That's all for today's lesson. Give your narrative story a makeover with these techniques. Please share your writing with me.